such a powerful tool that I think everyone should be using. It's life-changing. Oh my gosh, this is so surreal. Honestly puts me in the best headspace, and it was right there before my eyes in a flash. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are having a sit down chit chat all about things manifestation, creating your dream life, law of attraction. I feel like only this year have I really gotten into it. I am so confident in the fact that this stuff works, and I wanted to sit down and chat about it with you guys because I thought it could help some of you who are maybe looking to start a completely new avenue of your life, but you don't know how to take those first steps, or you're just needing some inspiration and motivation to go out and get things that you want to freaking get, okay? There are so many videos out there on manifestation and stuff that comes from professionals, so if you are looking for a more in-depth sort of explanation on how everything works, please go and pick up like one of those books or watch one of those videos. I'll link as many as I can below, but this is just my personal experience and what I do to create the highest vibration and attract as much as I can into my life. But let's get straight on into it. If you guys do like this sort of video, please do subscribe and give me a thumbs up because it lets me know that you enjoy this sort of content and it lets me know to make more. And also, if you haven't already, turn on the bell icon so you don't miss when I upload. I upload every 3 days, so you just never miss an upload. The first order of business today is to chat about journaling. I have never been a huge journaler up until maybe a few months ago, honestly. I would find excuses for not setting aside 10 minutes every day to write down my feelings, what I want to attract, and only recently have I really been getting into it. So I have two different forms of journaling that I follow. One is just a traditional pen and paper, writing it down. I do also have this accountability journal, which is really good for habit tracking and everything, but my other journal is where I would answer journal prompts and things like that. Journaling is such an amazing way of putting out that vibration of what you want to attract. So physically writing it down and being clear on what you want is the very first step to manifestation. Make sure you are super clear with the things that you want to attract into your life, because the more specific, the better. Yes, this is what's going to work. This is exactly what I want. And it's putting that vibration out into the universe. Another form of journaling, which I have been loving, and I feel like this will work for a lot of people, but that is a journaling app. So I downloaded the app Jour, J-O-U-R, and I have loved having a journal always at my fingertips because it'll send me reminders, it'll send me notifications to my Apple Watch to remind me to practice affirmations. It gives you all the journal prompts if you're someone like me who does need a prompt into writing what you want to write. It asks you how you're feeling. So what I love about this app is that you can do it anywhere, anytime. They always have the prompts, and they always have new prompts that are personalized to you. They never get old. I hardly ever get the same question twice, so I really enjoy that. For me, I feel like it's really improved my confidence. It's lowered my levels of stress. Really good for positivity. Honestly, their positive affirmations are so good. And also with goal setting. You guys know I bloody love goal setting so much. So that has definitely been a favorite for me recently. I love just logging on, doing my daily check-in. I couldn't recommend it enough. I'm loving it, and I just love when I get a notification on my Apple Watch being like, hey girl, it is time for your daily check-in. And I'm like, okay. So thank you so much to Jour for sponsoring this part of today's video. I have left a link down below if you wanted to check out the app. I also have a discount which will get you 33% off your yearly subscription if you do want to get one. They do have a free trial as well, so if you aren't too sure and you still want to try it out, you can definitely do that. But I've left all the information down below for you guys to check out. So that is my first tip of the day, and that is to utilize journaling journaling. It is such a powerful tool that I think everyone should be using in one way or another. Maybe in a bit we can do like a journaling challenge altogether. It's like a 30-day. I don't know. My next tip is to visualize. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know I love visualization. I love vision boards. I love going on Pinterest and seeing everything and really feeling like I can bring that image in my mind to life. So I'll get onto vision boards in just a second, but I think one of the most important things for me is to mentally put myself in a position where I'm already at that place or that goal. So say, I don't know, say I wanted to land my dream job. I am mentally putting myself in that position where I've got the job. How do I feel? Notice everything that's around you. Take in how that feels to be in that position and use that as a form of motivation. So I'm picturing me getting that dream job and rocking up on that shoot and going, oh my gosh, this is so surreal. This is everything that I wanted, and I'm paying attention to how I'm feeling in my head, going like, what the heck, this is so cool. So try it. Even if it's for the smallest thing, just picture yourself in that moment where you're finally there. How does it feel? Let's talk about vision boards, one of my favorite topics. So you would have seen a few videos ago where I was talking about if you're feeling unmotivated, this is what to do. So I made a new digital vision board, I guess, for my desktop, and so I'll pop it here. I'm still loving this one. It really resonates with me at the moment, but I'll show you my physical board. So this is my physical vision board that I made at the start of this year. And although I think it looks awesome and it worked really well for me at the start of this year, I can look at a lot of these things and go, okay, like I've done that, I'm ready to move on to the next thing. Or because of I simply wasn't able to achieve that. This is why I've taken this one down off the wall and just replaced it with my desktop background, so that's what I see every day. But I am looking to revamp this one at the start of next year because this takes a lot of effort to like print out and cut out and reassemble. It's kind of like sending yourself messages without even realizing it, because you see this every single day, whether you're paying attention to it or not, you still see it, and it's constantly in your brain being like, oh, that's something I would really want. And you might not even notice, but you're probably thinking about it more than you know. And subconsciously, you're attracting that sort of vision that you're seeing every day into your everyday life. That is why I love vision boards, and plus they're so motivating and inspiring, especially when you first make them. You're like, oh, yes, I love looking at this. My next tip is to consume content that is relating to manifestation and law of attraction. So if you're already watching this video, you are one step ahead. I just wanted to throw in some recommendations of some content that I really like consuming for this sort of thing. The first thing I wanted to recommend is 2 podcasts that are, I guess, based around being inspired and creating the life that you want. And the first one is Law of Attraction Changed My Life. I couldn't recommend it enough. It's one of those ones that you can always re-listen to and find new things in it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize she said that before. I just love everything that she stands for. Her name is Fran. I talked about her in my last favorites video because I just love this podcast. But yeah, Law of Attraction Changed My Life. I really like the episode on manifesting using minimalism. That one was amazing, and I'd highly recommend going and listening to that. The next podcast is the Inspired Mind podcast with Ella Victoria. You might recognize that name. That's one of my besties. I love her podcast. It honestly puts me in the best headspace, and I love listening to her podcast on my drive to 5:30 a.m. club, because I get there and I'm feeling motivated, I'm feeling inspired, and I'm like, right, I'm just gonna take action. I'm gonna do everything I wanna do this morning. Yesterday, it put me in the best mood and set me up for a day that I was not expecting at all. I don't mean to exaggerate or be dramatic, but it was one of the top things on my bucket list I got to tick off yesterday, because Ella's podcast told me to take action and it inspired me, and I just I'm recommending it to everyone because it literally changed my entire day. I also got a book for my birthday this year and it's called Make It Happen, and I got it from Ella and Chels. Again, being surrounded by girls who are so into manifestation and everything like that really freaking helps. So they got me that book and I really like it. It's a beginner's guide to manifesting whatever you want into your life without like the woo-woo sort of stuff. I feel like I'm kind of into the woo-woo sort of stuff, but this is just like the absolute basics for everyone else who's kind of like, ugh. I'd also recommend my friend Chelsea's ebook, which is called Create Through Journaling. I read that one the first day she came out with it and I just really resonated with everything. So I've just gone through her ebook and like highlighted everything, and I always find myself just flipping it open and being like, okay, I love this, I love this, I needed to hear this today. And my last like content outlet that I really like to use, and I'm sure you all use as well, is Pinterest. I don't know what I would do without Pinterest, and I think everyone should be using it. I use it for house inspiration, I use it for life inspiration, I use it for modeling inspiration. I feel like if you have a vision in your head of what you want, but you can't seem to find a photo anywhere that represents what you want, I'm like 99.9% sure you could find it on Pinterest. So have a look. Pinterest is a great time. My next tip is to manifest through meditation. If you guys haven't tried meditation before, it's life-changing. I would love to say I do it every day, but I definitely don't. I do it where I can, and honestly, when my bloody watch reminds me to, or my phone sends me a notification and it's like, hey, a new meditation has been posted, I'm like, oh, okay. But at the moment, I'm loving the Keep It Cleaner guided meditations, because through those, someone's talking to you, someone's telling you all these messages that you really need to hear. I think meditation is an amazing tool that so many more people could get on, but also meditating and also telling yourself affirmations, or finding an app like the Keep It Cleaner app where it does tell you those affirmations that you need to hear. I love that, and I love the use of affirmations. I think affirmations are incredible. Another tip that I think is not talked about enough is creating space for that manifestation to come into your life. So say, for example, you want to manifest a partner. I don't think they can fit in unless you make room for them to come in your life. This was something that was talked about on the podcast that I was recommending, and she wanted to manifest a husband. So she made room in her wardrobe for her husband. So when he came along, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, like he doesn't fit here, what am I gonna do? So making room, even if you want to manifest a new car, make sure you have a car park space for that manifestation to come in. So declutter, make room for what you want to attract into your life. Honestly, that could even just be doing a huge declutter of your clothes and your wardrobe. Whatever decluttering means to you, do that. So this tip, I think, is honestly the most important. Yes, you can journal, yes, you can visualize, but nothing is going to happen unless you don't take action. I think that is the most important thing. You can feel inspired, you can write your heart away, but nothing's gonna happen if you don't go and freaking get it. So for me yesterday, consuming all of that content from Ella and then being inspired and journaling this thing that I wanted to do ages ago, then I was finally sitting there and I was like, okay, today is the day to take action. And that is what I freaking did, and it was right there before my eyes in a flash. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that if you don't take action, nothing will eventuate. Maybe something, but most likely not. If you're struggling to take that action, I want you to write down an action plan. So this is also another way that you can, I guess, journal this in a way, but write down these steps, even if they're a bunch of small steps, to create what you want to create. It could be setting yourself a financial goal. It could be sending a particular email. It could be absolutely anything, but write down your action plan, and as soon as you do it, you get to tick it off and it feels so good. But as long as those steps are leading to that ultimate goal, amazing. My next and final tip is to practice patience and gratitude. Something that we can totally forget is being patient and allowing things to come into our lives when they're ready. I think you've got to be a little bit flexible with the timeline when it does come to manifestation, because not all things can come overnight. And when they do come, practicing gratitude, because the only way you can really move on to your next manifestation is appreciating what you've done, the new things that have entered your life. And it just makes you feel a lot more accomplished if you look back and you go like, far out, how far have I come with this? It is absolutely crazy. Have a little bit of a think about where you were this time last year. Think about the things in your life that you've changed, that you've gained, that you've gotten through. Honestly, the list goes on. And I really want you guys to reflect on the things that you've done and be proud of yourself. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that is all the tips I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too random, and I promise the vlogs will be back very soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell. All the information about the app that I use will be down below. My name is Jess. I make new videos every 3 days, so I will see you in 3 days.